Chances are, because you clicked on this video, you just finished watching the Netflix original film, Io. And now you're wondering to yourself, what in the world did I watch? Did I spend an hour and a half just wasting my life? Well, maybe. I don't know. But I hope to at least provide some explanation in this video that maybe can make the video more enjoyable for you. This is going to contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet, you may want to stop. Otherwise, what we're going to do is I'm going to just provide all the explanation that I can of everything that I picked up within the film, and hopefully that will at least provide you with the understanding, and then you can judge whether or not the movie was worth your time or if it was just a complete waste. Literary nerds can go nuts with Io because the whole film is based on William Butler Yeats's poem, Leda and the Swan. We get the poem at the end of the movie, and that's what Sam finds in the Museum of Art. And that's what she's reading, and that's what then Micah explains to her a little bit about what it means, what that poem means. Well, Yeats believed that civilization goes in cycles, and that at the end of a cycle, a new one begins. The Trojan War brings about the end of Greek civilization and begins a largely Christian age. The Annunciation of the Virgin Mary is the beginning or the signaling of a new cycle. Annunciation is God using his divine energy to breathe new life into human civilization. Now, if you remember, after the giant storm, I guess, that happens up on the mountaintop, almost everything is destroyed. All the bee hives are just knocked over, and as Sam goes through them, she can't find any bees. Well, and as they're getting ready to leave, they're scraping off the honey, and Sam tells Micah to go get more. And he runs in and he's like, oh my gosh, you have to come and see this. There's a sole bee left in there. And Micah's like, well, it was too big to get through the grate. And Sam says, no, it's the Virgin Queen. That's why it's so big. And she picks it up, and it goes and it flies off. Well, that Virgin Queen, that is a nod to Mary. And as I said before, the Annunciation of the Virgin Mary ushers in the new cycle. Now, if you follow that biblical line, Micah in the Bible is a prophet, and he prophesied the future destruction of Jerusalem and then also the rebuilding of Jerusalem farther into the future after the destruction. His presence in Io does that as well. It is the prediction that a new civilization will begin. It will be reborn, rebuilt. The last scene of the film is visually representative of Yeats's poem, The Lake Isle of Innisfree, where you have the waves crashing and the wind and breeze blowing. And at that point, we see the little boy run up to Sam, and she's standing there with no mask on. And at the beginning of it, it's like, oh, is she dead? Well, no, it's actually she is able to breathe. She is the new beginning. She is that restoration. And her son is, well, he's the beginning also. Now, how they're going to get another kid, I don't really know, but that's for a whole different thing. Yeats's poem, The Lake Isle of Innisfree, was inspired by Henry David Thoreau's Walden. Now, if you think to Sam's dad, his name is Henry Walden. Catch that connection? Thoreau is a transcendentalist who believed in just simple living in natural surroundings. And if you look at Sam's life, that's really how it is. I mean, she's up on the mountaintop. She's using vegetables to sustain her, but also to replenish the earth that she's using to grow these vegetables. Now, yes, she does have technology, but for the most part, she is living simply in a natural environment. And also, just as a quick little tie, Yeats was a transcendentalist like Walden, but in his youth. It could be said that Io is an environmental film. In the poem, Leda and the Swan, Zeus is the swan and he rapes Leda. Before he lets her go, he imparts wisdom to her. Now, is the film saying that we as humans have been raping the earth and just wiping out everything? Well, it says at the beginning that we've exhausted a lot of stuff, and then new plagues or new environments have begun, and it's made earth uninhabitable, and earth has done that to us. But before we leave, think that earth has imparted wisdom to humans of what not to do in the future. Kind of like Zeus imparting his wisdom, his knowledge to Leda before letting her go. So now there's something that I'm not totally clear on, or at least not certain of. Now, the Trojan War, which I said at the beginning, brings about the end of the Greek age, or the Greek era, the Greek cycle. That lasts 10 years. Now, Ilan is the unseen storyteller or the unseen writer that Sam is conversing with, and he is supposedly on Io, or at least circling Io in that power station. he is getting ready to leave to whatever Alpha Centauri or Proxima Centauri, whatever it was, that the planet that they believe is inhabitable by Earthlings, and it's going to take 10 years for him to get there. Now in the Odyssey, Odysseus was gone for 10 years after the Trojan War, traveling, journeying to get home. So is it saying that Ilan is Odysseus? And if Ilan is Odysseus, does that make Sam Penelope? Maybe I'm just reaching way too far and just going down a rabbit trail here, because I don't think I can connect all the dots at that point. So I'm gonna say probably not, but hey, maybe you have a different theory. So does all this explanation really make Io a good film? I mean, the movie itself takes a lot of explaining to get an understanding of what was going on and the meaning of it. And sometimes if you have to explain it that hard to really get it, then maybe not. But I think it does add to a level of enjoyment, the understanding part of that. So at least you're like, oh, well, okay, I get it. I still don't like the movie, but I get it now. So what did I miss in this? What didn't I answer? What was I incorrect on? Did I misinterpret something? I would love for you to let me know in the comments. Let's have this discussion, share our thoughts, share our theories, and that way we can build a better and better understanding so that when I go back to rewatch this, I'll be like, ooh, yeah, hey, that makes even more sense now, or, oh wow, I was totally off on that. So go ahead, share your comments and your thoughts and your theories below in the comments. If you enjoyed this, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share, subscribe, and tap that notification bell icon, because that tells YouTube that you want to know when I upload new content. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.